Hello, welcome back, Transformers TCG fans and friends. Okay, I want to go over two quick new characters, which you kind of have seen before, but I'm actually ripping open the booster box, you could say, for the Undisclosed Chapter, the Earth side. Have them filed away in two different manners. One, for Cybertron characters, which will include Pith Core, Twin Core, Turret Strike, Barcode, and a few others. But the Earth side are all those that transform or flip to have Earth modes, like Backroad. Backroad is a 66 Mustang. If you remember I don't have it ready, on one of my, original, one of these that I drew about 3 years ago now. I made him have 6 attack and 6 defense. That's too much for a 10-star character, let me tell you. But, Pierce could still take him out, but I changed him up. He's a very blue character. He is a blue Mustang. His bot mode looks better than his alt mode. His alt mode, I was shading using a different method, and I stopped doing that method because I didn't like it anymore. I probably should recolor it, but I'm not worried about it. It still looks good for what it is. You can tell it's a Mustang. I tried altering the art a little bit, make it give more of that Mustang kind of look to it. Alt mode, Backroad, old suburban warrior. He's a leader, he's a car, he's melee, he's 10 stars with 1 to attack, 12 health, and 2 to defense. So maybe a little below average for a car for a 10-star character, but it's going to get better. When you flip to this mode, and this attacks for turn, each blue pips flipped are now black. So this, you're going to have to flip the car, attack in car, and your blues are now going to be black. Kind of a belligerence kind of twist there. So that is his alt mode. His bot mode, again, he's going to be wanting with a blue deck here for a car. Maybe that's normal. He's a leader, and now he's a ranged character in bot mode. His attack goes from 1 to 6. So yeah, here's the 6. 6 to attack, and his defense is the same at 2. Okay. When this defends, and at least 3 blue pips are flipped, flip 1 more battle card and do 1 damage to your attacker. So there we go. When this defends and at least blue are flipped, flip 1 more battle card and do 1 damage to your attacker. Apparently I have this up somewhere else. Yeah, there it is. No, sorry. But that's Backroad. I made him a rare character. Of course, anything homemade is kind of rare because you're going to have to search for it, look it up, print it out, whatever. And he is an Autobot. So definitely he's got wanting to warrant a blue deck for Backroad. The next one is going to be Busload. I'm just going in alphabetical order from the top of those that are truly finished. I still got a few left to finish. Busload is he's a bus. And you've seen this character before, but I got it a little bigger, cleaner, colored in computer, etc. He's a leader. He's another 10-star character like Backroad. He's a leader, he's rescue patrol, he's a truck, and he's melee in alt mode. His alt mode is the weakest, but he's got a lot of neat stuff going on here. 1 to attack, 1 to defense, a healthy health of 14. And there was someone on the official cards that I took that from. 7623 is the school bus I rode for years and years and years in school. Golly, from elementary school to high school. And the first two digits of any school bus, especially where I live, is the year that it's made. The number after that is which number of bus that was made for that year. So this was the 23rd bus made in the year 1976. Yeah, I'm old, but the bus was even old when I was in school, for the most part. Okay, this has 2 armor slots. When you flip to this mode, draw a card. When in this mode, or should it be while? I have when in this mode. This gives each rescue patrol on your team +1 to defense for each rescue patrol in your KO. Well, he's already a healthy 10-star character. So if you're restricting yourself to the normal 25 stars, that only gives you 15 stars left to play around with. The rescue patrols are lower star counts for that matter. But if you have, so yes, if you have 2 rescue, if you're only 3 wide and you have a busload and maybe 2 other rescue patrols, and some star cards in your deck maybe or something, and the other 2 get knocked out and busload is left, busload now has defense of 3. Okay, for each rescue patrol, this gives each rescue patrol on your team +1 in defense for each rescue patrol in the KO. So, the more you got in the KO, rescue patrol are going to give your rescue patrols more defense. So there is that, and that can't happen unless he is in alt mode. But you may want to keep him in bot mode because his attack is a nice healthy 5 of attack, but only 1 to defense. He still has 2 armor slots, so you can deck him out some armor to try to help with his low defense. When in this mode, if your opponent plays an action card, you may play an armor upgrade to a character on your team. So they play an action card, which they're probably going to do anyway. You can play an armor card. Just make sure you let your opponents know you're playing an armor card because they played an action card. Should I relegate it to a certain pip color for the action card? I didn't do that. We can change it, but I kind of like this because it's help giving some defense for your other characters, or especially if you have other rescue patrol characters in with Busload.
If Wasbanator had more defense, maybe Wasbanator wouldn't get blown up all the time.
So that is Busload and Backroad. And of course, Busload in the Youth Protector in his bot mode is still a leader, still a rescue patrol, and now he is ranged. I was going to draw him a gun, but I didn't draw a gun on there. But he looks just so cool. I just wish I had centered him a little better. But that is Backroad and Busload. All right, so there's that. Now, let's just look at one card. What I am doing here is not updating, but redoing some hard-to-find Wizards cards. I'm not doing them exact. They're new images, but they are the same pip colors, the same abilities. Since the game is dead, this stuff is hard to find. I mean, you can go to TCG players. Some people are just finally just selling their collections. I probably never will unless we have a fire or I pass away and my wife is just like, I can get rid of this stuff now. I don't know. But here is Decepticon Crown. It's an image from one of the comics. white, green. It's the exact same verbiage as any Decepticon Crown. It's still a rare character, rare battle card. If you flip it upside down, you will see that it says not Wiz, which is not a WOTC or WOTC card. Okay, so I made sure, and then I even put on the bottom "not really" in capital letters. Hasbro and Wizards. So there's that. There's lots of little details in here that I kind of put on here, so you will know it's obvious it's not a Wizard card, but it is a Decepticon Crown card that if you need some to help buffer some characters that need it, homemade characters that need this, or even just King Starscream. I think I have one Decepticon Crown. And that's all I ever got in all of the boxes that I got. So there's that. In the meantime, let's do this. Okay. With a past video that I did, I mentioned Field Scanner. I showed you Field Scanner, talked about the image, and I forgot to go over the card. So here we go again. Field Scanner, orange and black card to help with some more aggressive decks. It's an upgrade utility. It is from the episode when Rhinox was in the field of all things, which is unusual. And he helped ensure Air Razor didn't die as a I almost said Comaloid in her stasis pod, and made sure she got zapped for Athene and came to life, and that was a neat episode. It was a little introspective there on the psyche of the characters a little bit, especially when he had Cheetor go to sleep, go into repair mode, and that's where that card came from, repair mode. So it's Field Scanner, upgrade utility. This is to help with D-counter upgrades. So you can put it on any character, but it doesn't give attack. It doesn't give defense. You're going to want to put this on specialists or ranged characters only. When you put this on a specialist, you may put 3 D-counters on an upgrade. Okay? That's nice. When you put this on a ranged character, you may put 1 D-counter on an upgrade. Well, if that's so fancy, Grillenheimer, why didn't you make it a green pip so we could get it back on the flip? No. Considering you can, in most, not every team, but most teams, you normally have at least 1 specialist. And you put this on a specialist, you're going to get to plop 3 counters on a D-counter upgrade for any of them. A lot, and most are artifacts now, but there's some that aren't. So I thought that seemed kind of strong. It's sort of the opposite of Counter Plan, the secret action, which can really help out the Phase Shifter if you're playing the Phase Shifter. Both are blue cards for blue decks. I did that on purpose. I'm finally thinking for a change. So there's that. And I did make this kind of a rare card, and I think it's pretty neat. I have not printed this out or tried playing with it yet. Just got a lot going on right now. But yeah, that's all I was really wanting to go over were 2 new characters I wanted to reveal with the Undisclosed Chapter, the Earth side. Show off. Decepticon Crown. If you need to print a Decepticon Crown, screenshot it and go, I guess. Y'all just... Okay, that was weird. I thought I heard my screen got really dark and dark and dark, and thought I heard a footstep in the living room. I'm watching too much of the Paranormal Files. Anyway, there's a plug for you, Colin, if like he watches this channel. So there's that. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh well, but that's right. I was wrapping things up. So we got showed you Backroad, pretty much completed. Busload completed. Decepticon Crown. If you need to make a copy and add it to your deck, feel free. I'll start building this in my Dropbox, and then a field scanner also if you're enjoying playing the D-counter upgrades, which I am. And the ones that I have printed out, they may not have the artifact symbol or function, but I'm playing them that way, and it makes it more of a challenge to get them into play, especially with the decks I had previously made before I made that change, which is basically what I think of as a regular progressive way, mirroring what Wizards was doing. Oh, well, I was looking for, I got a pile of cards here. I couldn't find it. But, Wave 1 cards where it was basically where they would write how focus works and plan works before we had those terms for those abilities. And so I took the action of how Master Sword goes into play and made that, okay, this is now artifacts. Because it just felt like especially as powerful as the Master Sword is, some of these upgrades may not be as powerful to start off with, but once you can get some, some destructive counteractions, a few counter plans, or maybe a field scanner or two, or whatever, and they can get pretty strong. Of course, they all have to be scrapped after battle, mostly, not all of them. But there's that. So that's really all I have time for. But I just wanted to go over those. We'll see you next time. Golly, a storm is coming, and it's been kind of dark in the house, but that was weird. We'll catch you next time. Have a blessed day, and as always, Autobots, flip out. Don't flip out, and let's roll. We'll see you next time.